Think you've seen it all in anime? You might want to think again. DanDaDan just dropped on Netflix, and if you're ready to have your mind twisted, turned, and thoroughly entertained, this one's for you. But here's the kicker. DanDaDan is more than just another supernatural shonen. It's chaotic, it's hilarious, it's wild, and honestly, it's absolutely weird in the best way possible. So, why should you give DanDaDan a chance? Let's dive in because, trust me, you won't want to miss this one. Alright, let's start with the basics. DanDaDan is an anime adaptation of Yukinobu Tatsu's manga, which has become a cult favorite since it hit Shonen Jump Plus. Now, you're probably thinking, great, another shonen series with a mix of action and supernatural stuff. But here's where it gets interesting. DanDaDan combines two themes that rarely get explored together, the paranormal and aliens. Yep, you heard that right. Ghosts and aliens, both in one universe. The result, an absurdly entertaining mix of horror, sci-fi, comedy, and a surprising dose of heart. At the heart of DanDaDan, we have two characters that are as relatable as they are unusual. Meet Momo Ayase, a high school girl who's into ghosts but thinks aliens are nonsense, and Okarun, a boy obsessed with aliens who doesn't believe in ghosts. They're total opposites, but when they meet, they strike a deal. They'll prove to each other that their beliefs are real, and that's when all hell breaks loose. But the beauty of DanDaDan isn't just in its premise. It's how this strange world brings Momo and Okarun together. As they try to survive encounters with aliens, yokai, spirits, and bizarre curses, we get to see their dynamic grow from total strangers to something much deeper. Think of it as a friendship forged in the flames of absolute chaos. And yeah, it's wild, funny, and pretty heartwarming at times too. DanDaDan is, to put it simply, a visual spectacle. The animation doesn't just tell a story, it pulls you right into the insanity. The way the studio has adapted Tatsu's intricate, sometimes downright creepy artwork, it's spot on. You can practically feel the energy bursting off the screen. The aliens, yokai, and supernatural scenes aren't just well animated, they're immersive. And here's where it gets really interesting. You're not just watching, it feels like you're part of these chaotic, otherworldly encounters. This anime isn't holding back in terms of budget or creativity. It's one of those shows where you could pause at any frame and you'd have a piece of art. The colors, the details, the frenetic movement, it all adds to the charm. There's a reason why DanDaDan manga fans were hyped for this adaptation. And let me tell you, it's delivering. Now, let's talk about what makes DanDaDan different from your typical shonen. First off, it's absolutely unpredictable. If you think you know where a storyline is heading, think again. The show jumps from alien conspiracies to exorcisms without skipping a beat, blending genres in a way that feels fresh and, frankly, a little bonkers. But that's exactly what makes it so bingeable. And that's the thing with DanDaDan. It's a new flavor in anime. You've got your supernatural elements, yokai, ghosts, curses, intertwined with science fiction, aliens, UFOs, government conspiracies. It's like if Mob Psycho 100 and Men in Black had a love child raised on horror movies and classic shonen. And it doesn't stop there. Every episode has you wondering, what won't this show do next? DanDaDan has a sense of humor that's absolutely contagious. From slapstick to clever dialogue, the comedy here is spot on.
かわいいそんなの考えたでも確かによく考えたらかわいいかもいや待て綾瀬さんは友達だかわいいなんて思うのはダメだ不純だなあ綾瀬さん
But more than that, it's the characters themselves that bring the humor to life. Momo and Okarun feel real, like people you might know, if those people happen to run into aliens and ghosts daily. Even with all the craziness, DanDaDan hits on the insecurities and quirks we all have. You know, Momo's skepticism, Okarun's awkward obsession with aliens. These feel like natural parts of their personalities, not just gimmicks. And watching them navigate these insane situations while still being, well, teenagers, it's refreshingly hilarious. Plus, it's a reminder that no matter how weird things get, we're all just trying to make sense of the world in our own way. Now, let's talk about the suspense. DanDaDan doesn't give you all the answers up front. Who are these aliens, really? Why are they interested in Earth? What's the deal with all these yokai? Each episode keeps you guessing, slowly peeling back the layers of its supernatural world. It's a masterclass in building tension, keeping you on the edge of your seat with every twist. Think about it. When was the last time an anime kept you this curious, this eager to see what's lurking around the corner? DanDaDan does an incredible job of creating cognitive dissonance. On one hand, it's absurdly fun and over the top, but on the other, it's just spooky enough to keep you thinking, what's really going on here? That mix of suspense and wonder is something we don't often get, and it's addictively refreshing. Now, for those who read the manga, you know just how hyped the Netflix adaptation has been. DanDaDan wasn't just any manga, it was a breakout hit, gaining fans worldwide for its creativity, intensity, and incredible artwork. So, naturally, fans were nervous when they heard it was getting an anime. But let me reassure you, Netflix and the animation team did not disappoint. The adaptation captures the spirit of the manga while adding a new layer of energy. It's faithful to the story, and it goes the extra mile in capturing the finer details, those intricate yokai designs, the outlandish aliens, the intense expressions. It's clear that the creators love this series just as much as the fans, and they're committed to doing it justice. But DanDaDan isn't just about the craziness. Beneath the surface, it's a story about friendship, bravery, and self-acceptance. Momo and Okarun might start off as skeptical strangers, but through their battles, they discover what it means to trust and rely on someone. It's the classic shonen theme of finding your strength in others, but done in a way that feels authentic and not forced.
自分はずっと友達が欲しかったから。自分みたいのが話しかけていい人じゃないです。
無視していいなんて言わないでさ。普通にオカルトの話しようぜ。
This theme of unlikely friendship, combined with the paranormal and sci-fi madness, gives DanDaDan a unique heart. And that's rare. How often do you find a show that's genuinely funny, scary, action-packed, and emotional all at once? It's a wild blend, and that's exactly why it works. Here's the bottom line. If you're looking for something fresh, something that will keep you hooked, surprised, and entertained from start to finish, you owe it to yourself to give DanDaDan a chance. It's one of those rare anime that reminds you why you fell in love with the medium in the first place. Whether it's the insane storyline, the beautiful animation, or the unforgettable characters, DanDaDan brings something new to the table. So, are you ready to dive into a world where aliens and yokai collide? Where friendships are forged through pure madness, and where nothing, absolutely nothing is off the table? Hit play on DanDaDan and let yourself get lost in the chaos. And don't say we didn't warn you. It's one ride you won't forget. Catch it on Netflix and prepare yourself, because this isn't just another anime. This is DanDaDan. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to subscribe to Aniverse for more anime insights, reviews, and recommendations. And hey, let us know in the comments, what are you most excited about in DanDaDan? Until next time, and stay awesome!